Yesterday, there was a group of men who got together and went down to Katoomba. A little bit shorter distance, to Katoomba for a men's convention. This was a convention where we heard talks about how Christian men need to fight. We're confronted with all sorts of opposition in our Christian life from the world, which is in rebellion against God, from our own sinful natures that wage war in our hearts, as well as from the devil, who prowls around like a roaring lion. And so we were encouraged to see what the Bible has to say about how to fight as men. And so this is completely unplanned. The guys that I'm going to call up now don't know yet that they're going to get called up, but I thought it'd be nice if we heard from some of them as to what happened yesterday and what sort of things that they learnt. So is Andrew Louis here by any chance? Yep, Andrew, if you can come up for a second. John, if you can join us up the front as well, that'd be great. And is Young here? Yep. Trying to hide. It'd be good if Young can come up. Now, I might start with you, Andrew. I'll give you the easy question.
All right.
Just because you were here first. Some of us might not know what happens in Katoomba, but it's a conference that many of our men go to each year. Just give us a little bit of a description about what happens through the day.
So basically, it's a day full of talks and question time with probably about 1,000 or so Christian men gathered together, singing and praising God and encouraging one another. So we heard from 2 different preachers, and as well John Anderson came and gave a talk in the afternoon as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yep, wonderful. So there's about, I think there's about 2,000 men gathered together in this tin shed, hearing talks from some great Bible teachers. John, can I ask you, what were some of the highlights for you? I mean, I'm guessing you've been to a few of these, but what were some of the highlights for you?
Yeah, I think I've been to about 15 of them, so yeah, a lot. So it's a great time to actually get together with men and just think about how you've lived the past year and just hear some of the reflections of some of the mature Christian teachers there. But some of the highlights for me was because it was about the world and how the world influences us as Christian men. And one of the things that sort of came out was that it's so deceptive, we don't even know that we're being influenced. He used the word that it was like an odourless gas, like carbon monoxide, and it's slowly poisoning us, but we don't actually know it. And that's what the devil does, is it just continues to sort of justify the way you live. So that was good. And the second thing was just, the fight really is in turning back to Jesus, that he is the one that's won the victory for us all, and he has died not for the sins that we've done or the sins that we're committing now or the sins that we will commit, but he's died for all of that. So that is where the fight is. The fight is that continual trust in your own trust of Jesus. Was I think one of the things that was an encouragement to me, because as men we tend to want to do things ourselves and we think that we're capable, and some of us are more capable than others, but it's a bit of that, just being able to continue to trust God and trust Jesus for the work that he has done.
So the message was quite clear. We don't fight just by trying harder, doing better, but as we look at the finished work of Christ for us, that allows us to move forward in our Christian lives. Young, just a final question to you. What was one or two things that really helped you to move forward yesterday in your Christian life? What were some things that you learnt? I think this one's better.
I think it helped to define worldliness as something not out there, but really in your heart. So that, I guess, was helpful to me. And one of the things that stuck with me as well, that I think it was Bob Glenn said, if you change the man, you can change the family, and if you change the family, you can change the world. So I guess that laid the impact very clearly about how important it is for men to lead their household, and then just the wider impact that can have. And also, yeah, as John's just touched on, we talk a little bit about the past. When you're a Christian, you're saved from the sins that you had committed. I think, or personally myself, I do struggle with sins I continue to commit. And he talked a lot about that. How do we deal with that? You get the devil's voice in your head saying that, well, you can't be good enough. What are you doing? You keep sinning. You did that last week. And so, yeah, as John said, we just have to keep returning to the gospel. So that was the theme throughout the whole day, and I think that was really reinforced. So that was the main thing for me.
Wonderful. Can you thank our men? And it'd be great if we can continue to pray for not just these men, but all the men in our congregation, that they'll be leaders and they'll continue to fight, not just in their own lives, but in their families and in their broader dealings with the world.